networking guru, and you are watching the Bella Networking Facebook Live show. Thank you for joining me. If you're in London, New York, or around the world, I would love to introduce my guests. So would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name's Gerlanda Milioto, and I'm the owner of Business Strategy Consultancy, or as we are now known with the new brand, BSC. Happy to be here, lovely to see you again, and hopefully I can help some of you out there and maybe answer a few questions at a certain point in time.
Fantastic. So I mentioned we've been in each other's network for some time, but we're trying to figure out where we met each other, weren't we?
We do so much networking.
I thought it's definitely networking, and I'm always about networking work. And I was thinking City Business Library, and you're saying no, it wasn't City
It
Business.
may have been, but I've been to so many networking events because I really feel it's really important to network.
Good, yeah.
Always. I mean, some people go networking and they think, I'm going to get some business, but it's not about that. It's about building a client relationship, you know, with someone and seeing them more and more, and them seeing you. Then, like us, you know, you get closer and closer.
Oh, so, yeah, that's the way.
So it may have been that. I mean, I worked for London Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, so it might have been the Chamber.
At that round about that time, I was working for London Chamber of Commerce, so it could have been through that as well.
Sure.
But I'm glad we met anyway.
I'm glad, and I'm happy that you're on my show. So I'm not quite sure where to start because I'm just in admiration. So we've had 5 businesses, and the first year you achieved 455,000. Let's get it down to pounds.
I was on my own.
I know, one man band. And it was recruitment, a consultancy, then you're now a business strategist. And the first business that you ever did was a language business. What business was that?
It was a languages and careers training academy.
Right. And what year was that you started?
1996,
wow.
1997. I'd actually qualified as a language tutor.
Yes.
And I realised that in order to earn good money, I needed to book myself in and work for 3 or 4 different colleges, and I didn't really like doing that. So I started up a business where I helped post-undergraduates that were coming from abroad that were studying English and had to do an internship as part of that.
Wow.
So I partnered up with quite a few agents abroad.
And did you have experience, or you just saw the need to fulfill
No,
it?
I just saw the need. I thought, hold on, I've worked, you know, as a sales director, a sales and marketing manager, and I thought, well, you know, now I'm a language tutor, and I'd been in recruitment for 11 years, so it all kind of fitted nicely, and I thought I can offer these people the opportunity to come here to broaden their business English in a working environment. And it was great because the first year, I used some of the internship students to help me with my branding, with my marketing. So I gave them the experience as well as them helping me to grow.
Oh, got you.
But on the sales side and on the, you know, the business development side, I was on my own. And I had fibromyalgia at the time, and I was bedridden for 3 years. So my husband, at the time, I mean, he's now my ex-husband, but my husband at the time, he wasn't working. I had 4 small children. And I thought, I don't want to be living on the government.
Wow.
So I just started from my bed, from the corner of my bedroom, in my bed, and I was doing it.
Wow.
And after the first year, my programs were actually accredited by the University of Cambridge Local Examinations Syndicate.
My goodness, what was that feeling like then when you got that letter or email?
Because then what happened is every student that took my course and program and were on an internship program with me, they would go away with a certificate from the University of Cambridge stating that they'd completed the program, and many students went back and actually found getting a job much better because of that.
So during that time, because I'd love to share this with the audience, what was your business strength or entrepreneurial strength that made it successful, that turned it around?
Believing in myself, believing that you know, that I can help people who needed my help, my knowledge, my experience, you know, being able to tap into the contents that I had. So, you know, it was being able to assess basically and help to elevate those that were on my program.
Got you.
So it was the belief and the passion that I had.
And that kept you motivated and to follow in
as well as having to feed my kids, you know.
Right.
And it actually helped me to get better, because fibromyalgia can be quite, you know, it can really stop you from getting on with your life.
Absolutely.
And it was a post-traumatic thing, so it helped me to kind of raise my motivational level, and made me feel good about myself. So
Understood. So then fast forward to Main Ridge Consultancy. Now that was the third business. What was that business all about?
Well, I started another business in recruitment called Recruit Today.
And just to say something, you are aware you're defined as a serial entrepreneur, right?
Oh yes.
Let's get that clear.
Yeah.
So how did that need or idea come about?
Well, in between the businesses that I've had, which always had to come to a halt for personal reasons. It wasn't because I failed or anything. They were all for personal reasons, and mostly to do with my parents not feeling very well, falling ill. So in between, I'd have to stop and go into work. And I was helping a company as a sales and business development manager. And I had a group of about 24 that I was training. It was in the events industry. And I needed to recruit. I went in there troubleshooting basically, and I realised that some of the candidates didn't really have the skills and the experience. So I had to recruit. And the amount of rubbish CVs I was getting, and I was thinking, I could do better than this. And then when my contract came to an end, that thought came back to me. I can do better than this. And I thought, right, I'm going to go back into recruitment, and I'm going to help others. And I helped a PPI company, which is really difficult to recruit people, because anyone that hears PPI, they go, no. So I helped recruit.
And what other industries were there?
There was a medical journal company that I helped, sales and marketing, IT security, and you know, the events industry basically. So you know, delegates and sponsorship sales, which is where my experience lies. Yeah, and I'm really pleased. I feel so good when I'm able to help others.
Yeah, I can see that. And I tell you what I really love, and it's shown strategically and consistently on your website and on LinkedIn, the director level and decision making that you have targeted. And I think that's good also for niching yourself and keeping to that level as well. Because sometimes if you think, oh, I can't find that target audience, to keep alternating too much, and then you lose your way on focus. And it's really interesting. I would just love to share about one of your successful clients that you're working with at the moment, or you worked with for your consultancy at the moment. Are the film producer? Do you like to share?
They're in the film production industry. And in fact, I can't say too much, but they are working on some top. One is an animation film, and the other one is just a feature film. Yeah, they came to me in October.
Okay.
And you know, they asked me to review.
And how did they find you, by the way?
Through a women's networking event.
Wow. Okay.
I went to this women's networking event, and I thought, I'm going to find probably small businesses.
That's why I was focused on how great you've been able to select your target market.
Well, I had a 5-minute elevator pitch.
Right.
And from that 5-minute elevator pitch, I had this lady who is now my client, and I had another 3 ladies also come to me. Well, 2 of them are about to become my clients. It's taken a little bit of time, mostly because of things that have been happening in their in their lives, and one unfortunately, you know, is struggling a little bit financially, so you know, she couldn't come on board. However, yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I did not think I was going to get any business, and in fact, the same with my client, the film, you know, in the film production area. That wasn't her industry, and she went because she had a ticket given to her by a colleague of hers who couldn't go. And she said, I'm so pleased I went because I met you.
Well, this is it. Why I keep preaching that networking works. So when you take on such a client, you being the business strategist that you are, how do you first start the consultation to find out what they need and how you can deliver? Because I would imagine the business model is the same, but industries may change. And do you have a blueprint how to help each client, or what's your approach?
Well, basically, I try and find out what they're finding challenging at this very moment in time. You know, why they feel they need my help.
And why does she need your help?
She needed my help because she needed to grow.
Right.
Yeah, she needed to get more high-value paying clients. So this is why she came to me. And basically, she has got a very high-level package which she struggled to sell.
Got you.
And she was targeting a particular area in the world. I can't say too much because otherwise people know who she is. And basically, well, in October, she took a 5-hour consultation with me. Then in November, another 2.5 hours. And then she's booked a 10-hour consultation. I delivered 3 hours the other week. Well, last Friday, in fact. And then on, well, not this last Friday, the Friday before. And last week she said, guess what? I've managed to sell the highest package, and it is in the target country. And that was great because she's been trying for some time.
That's an achievement.
So yeah, I mean, we looked at her pitch, we looked at how she was delivering her pitch, we looked at her packages, we looked at how we could present the packages better, so that people were not going for the lower priced, but they were going for the higher valued, and also how to be authority. How to be seen as authority, so you know, blogging and you know, your LinkedIn profile, etc. So we've done a 360-degree vision, basically.
That's brilliant. Yeah. That's fantastic. So guys, if you've just tuned in, you are watching the Bella Networking Facebook Live show. Today is a later show. We're normally here every Monday at 12:15. And I thought it would be great for you guys for the month of January that I strategically chose business consultants, management consultants to help you achieve your targets for this year. Last week I had a business consultant talking about funding, and today I've got the lovely Gerlanda, I'm so sorry. And she is bringing a wealth of 25 years experience, and she was talking about one of her top clients that she's working with in the film production industry.
I also have my book that's coming out.
Fantastic. We'll be talking about a little bit later about her book. So coming back to your client that you helped, and I noticed you touched on something, and it'll be a good tip to share with the audience why it's important to have that authoritative figure, and how do you go about achieving that with your clients?
It's about showing that you know what you're talking about, showing that you are on top of the industry that you are presenting.
That's really important.
Yeah, and it's sharing, it's giving, and it's encouraging. So once people see that, you know, online, mostly on the social media side, but also if you've got speaking opportunities, even if it's a 5-minute elevator pitch, it's still very good. I mean, this client I've just been speaking about, we met at, you know, doing 5-minute elevator pitch.
So you were practicing what your pitch, because you were there ready for that opportunity. And I think also as well is to take the opportunity when it's there.
Yes.
Because you just never know who might be in the room, but not only who might be in the room, but who they know outside of that room.
Exactly.
And I know another success you had with your client, which would be great to share with the audience. And I think this is important when it comes down to value and preparing for maybe that first client meeting. And I know you're the expert on this. If you wouldn't mind sharing some tips on, you know, what the viewers can do to prepare for meetings this year.
Definitely. I mean, it's very important if you're going to meet a client, or if you're going to speak with them on the phone, or if you're going to go, you know, to a meeting and you think you're going to meet that client where you're going, it's always very, very important that you prepare. Look at their website, and look at their mission statement, look at the clients that they have, maybe even Google news about them. So have something in common to talk to them. Yes, do your research, yeah. But also think of the objections that they may come up with if you're going to try and close them, to preempt basically any concerns that they may have. You have to sell the value, but not actually as if you're selling, but as a benefit to them.
The benefits.
Always find out from them what their need is before you start selling. Yes.
And you said something there that was really interesting about the objections. So I guess that would also include think about questions they may ask.
That's exactly it. Yes.
What about this is always the nervous one, that you do your best and then they may want more information, or you may ask them something and then it's a no.
Right. Okay.
How can you almost like turn the question or that value into a yes? Like if you ask them, is this going to benefit your business because we offer? And then if they say no, what would you advise, or could you turn that around?
Well, is this going to benefit your business and what you offer? You need to have the answer to that, so you won't need to actually ask the question.
Got you.
Yeah. So basically,
that's a good one.
It's always, I call it gathering ammunition. You ask them what's important for them. You ask them what is it that they want to achieve through you. What isn't working for them? How would they change it if they could? Yeah.
How could they change it if they could?
If they could,
right,
yes.
I like that.
And you know, what is it that they're looking to achieve through your services? Yeah.
Wow.
Then when you've got that information, you have what they're looking for.
Yes.
Then you can say, I'm able to do this, and I did this with one of my clients. Storytelling is always a very, very good way.
I like that, storytelling.
Yes,
so you're almost able to give your own internal or authoritative testimonial of what you done and how you did it. So
it's proof of the pudding, basically.
Oh, okay, yeah. I love that. You really make things so simplistic, you know, keep it simple.
Exactly,
yeah.
I mean, use your clients, use your past experience to prove what you're able to do.
Right.
And of course, on your website, have some testimonials.
Sure.
On your LinkedIn profile, have loads of testimonials, you know.
Sure.
And maybe when you're talking to someone, you could say, oh, just as my clients, blah, 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 mentioned, and you'll probably, if you go to my LinkedIn page, you'll actually see the testimonial.
Sure.
This is what the problem they had, and when we worked together, we were able to do this and that, and the end result was this and this. That's exactly what I could do for you.
I love that. I love that. So guys, if you're tuned in, you are watching the Better Networking Facebook show. If you have any questions for our special guest, which is actually an international business strategist, please do write a comment. Her details are actually in the bio. And I'd love to know, what are your targets or business growth ideas for this year, 2018, because our special guest would be able to help you. So I'm aware you've had a lot of business achievements, and like the biggest one, achieving such a high turnover in your first year, which we talked about, the 445k.
Yes.
455 to the pound. But I'd love to know, you know, it's great talking about the success of it, but I'd love to know, during that year or when you were starting up, what was it that wasn't going right, that you had a look to turn it around? Because, you know, that's such a great target to achieve, but I know it wasn't achieved overnight. There were probably tears. What was it that you looked at, or you might have changed, that you may be able to share with the viewers?
Well, it's very difficult if you've got a family to judge, or to juggle, sorry, the family and business, especially, I mean, as a lady, as a woman, you know, as a mother, and hopefully you have got a partner who is supportive, etc. I mean, I was working until midnight, so during the day I focused on my sales and my marketing, and during the evening I did all my admin because I wanted to save money. What I didn't do was reach out. At that time, when I started in 1996, 1997, that was my very first business, I knew of London Chamber of Commerce, but I didn't quite understand what they did.
Or how they could help you.
Or how they could help me, yes. Because being of Sicilian background, I knew of the chambers of commerce, but in Sicily, they're actually a lot different to what it is here. There was no networking, it was all about trading. So it's reaching out, do your research, find out who can help you. You know, you don't have to pay money for some of the help. You know, there are some government funded help out there.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
So during that period, what was the number one thing that you were able to make that small change, and then consistently that small change, to help generate more, consistent clients or regular clients for you to hit that number? What was it that kind of helped you to turn things around?
Time management.
Right.
I had to really be strict with myself.
Right.
And in fact, at the time, because I was suffering from fibromyalgia, you know, it was difficult for me to remember to even take my tablets, because I have this tunnel vision when I work, and I forget about lots of other things. So time management.
That happens with me as well.
Yeah.
And do you think sometimes there was a personal weakness that you had to address as well to get that right?
Yes. I mean, you know, believe in yourself. Sometimes you're afraid that there are people out there that know things more than you do, but always remember, it's not you that they're buying into, it's what you're able to help them with. So you may have had a skill or experience that they have not had, and therefore the insight is what you're selling them. You know, it's the strategy. I keep saying strategy, but it is a strategy.
No, it really is. You have to look at it long term.
Yes, it's
fantastic.
How to manage something,
absolutely,
and what's important, prioritising.
Yes, yeah, and re-evaluating and going
systems,
back and reviewing.
Exactly.
That's absolutely
evaluating.
Great.
You have to keep evaluating your business.
Okay.
You can't just keep doing the same thing, because you have to start doing something different. If you evaluate and see what's not working, change that. That will increase your business.
Sure. And is that something that you're very focused on to share with your client when you're consulting with clients as well?
Yes, I mean, this is one of the reasons why I wrote my book, Grow Your Business in 60 Days. And I do say to clients, it won't take you more than 60 days to grow your business. And they say, yeah, but how? 60 days. 60 days is 2 months, it's 320 hours. Just think what you can do in 320 hours if you evaluate what you are doing, what didn't work last year and what did work last year.
That's lovely, actually, because it brings me nicely onto 2018. So your book is titled
Grow Your Business in 60 Days. That's my business book. I do have another personal book that I'm writing, which is Arranging Your Own Life. And that's all about me, my businesses and my life, and how my life and what happened in my life did interfere a little bit with my business, but through determination, persistence and resistance, I actually was able to get to where I wanted to go.
And how far were you with that second book then?
It's a very emotional book.
Right.
So
it's a bit different writing that to your first book, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
is it more challenging as well?
Well, Arranging My Own Life is called that because I, although I'm from a Sicilian background and I was born in the UK, I was in an arranged marriage. So if you want to know more, you're going to have to read the book.
Oh yeah, it sounds very juicy.
So it's all the difficulties of being in an arranged marriage and having businesses and being a Sicilian parent.
But sometimes those challenges and weaknesses have made you got your achievement to where you are now.
Yes.
And as I said, going back, which I know from knowing yourself, you being very clear on the business model, on target market and how you can help the target market, I think has been your biggest strength. You know, although you may have had to evaluate and review, that I really admire you on
Thank
that,
you.
definitely.
I mean, a lot of companies, they say to me, oh, but you don't specialise in a particular industry.
And
It's
you haven't
not-
swayed over there. You're
No.
like, this is my lane.
the thing is, the industry, it doesn't matter a lot. Sometimes it may do, but most of the time, the way you run your business is what I help with. It's not your specialty. Your specialty is down to you to sell. Yeah, but I show you how to do it.
Wow,
I
the
show you
hows.
what to say, what not to say, when to speak, when not to speak, how to put together your brochures, how to come across on social media, what you should be concerned about and what you should be prioritising. That's where I come in. It's on the hows rather than
Lovely.
on the whats.
Absolutely.
Yeah? So if you are a geophysicist and you want more clients, yes, I can show you how to get clients, I can show you how to speak to them, I can show you how to do the research, and I can show you how to put together the findings and proposals. I can't show you how to be a geophysicist because I'm not.
Absolutely. I think that
So-
was nicely summed up. So guys, if you're watching, thank you for joining us. And if you've written a comment, I will be replying to all comments later. And if you have a question or a comment for our business strategist guest today, we would love to hear from you.
Definitely.
And do a blue like so that you can show the introductions. And I will put our guest email address. Do you just want to shout out your email address
Yeah,
as well?
of course. I mean, you can send it to me, Gerlanda, which is Gerlanda at B for Bravo, S for sugar, I nearly forgot, and C for Charlie, limited, Limitted, .com.
That's fine.
So that's
I'll make
Gerlanda
sure.
at bsc-limited.com.
I'll be sure to put Gerlanda's details there.
Thank
So
you.
Gerlanda, I would love to know, and I do ask my guests this question.
Okay.
If you were not in this industry, what would you love to do? If it was hobby or something else, what would you love to do, Gerlanda?
Well, in the business side, I probably would still want to be in business.
Oh, okay.
But probably HR consultancy.
Sure.
Because I love to see people develop, either as a person or as a company. I love it. On a hobby side, probably a professional dancer, because I love dancing.
Are you serious?
Honest to
Because I
God.
was sitting here itching. I wonder if she'll ask me. But actually, do you know what? If you do ask me, well, ask me then.
Go on then, what would you like?
It's a
to do?
dancer.
Oh, no! Oh, maybe we could do a tango together.
Oh my
or a
goodness,
waltz
yeah.
together,
I mean,
or jive, you know.
oh gosh,
I love
yeah,
jiving.
tango, you
That's
know.
old, isn't it,
Oh
jiving?
gosh, yeah. No, but I love it.
Yes. Well, it keeps you fit.
It does.
When I dance, I feel like
Oh,
I've
I
taken a drug because I'm
Oh,
out of it, you know.
just like me.
Yeah.
I love it, yeah. So probably in another side that people don't know about Bella, yeah, I'm a pretty good dancer. And I have these dreams that maybe somebody in my network might be able to get in touch with Beyonce or Rihanna.
Well, you know what
and
they
I'll go on
say.
tour for like 2 months or something.
They say that dreams can come
They
true.
might
yes.
do, so I do
exactly.
reach out from time to time
Good.
if they're looking for that somebody. So Gerlanda, to end the show, I always ask my guests to ask me a question or a networking question.
Okay.
So over to you. What's your question to ask me?
Okay. Well, as a networking guru, as you are, can you perhaps explain what does that involve? What does that mean? I mean, I know networking because I haven't been with London Chamber of Commerce and I do a lot of networking, but what is a networking guru?
Right. I'm so glad that you asked that question. And it's so funny because as the years has gone on, I've had to refine the pitch. Okay, so really, a networking guru, or my job, is to help you turn your business cards into clients. And how do I do that? Easily by a 2-hour consultancy training with me.
Okay.
Or you can come and hear me speak as a speaker. So one of my best notable and speaking gigs have been with Houses of Parliament, actually at the
Fantastic.
O2, a load of banks, Metro Bank, NatWest Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, HSBC. So that's what my job is about. But a little secret, when I started my business, and I am putting it out there now that it's 10 years, a lot of people don't realise that I didn't drop out the sky as a networking guru. It was a talent I found I had. And when I realised, okay, I might be good at this, but this was still in the first year, I said, right, that's it. The title has to be networking guru.
Fantastic.
So that was a bit like my superpower.
But you know, we've got a lot in common actually. We both love networking. We both want to help people to convert their cards into clients. Me on a different level.
Way.
Yeah, we're both motivational speakers. I'm an upcoming, I'm an author of an upcoming book. Do you have a book yourself?
Ooh.
Oh, that's something that we need to work on. Oh, that's something we need to work on.
Oh yeah, something is coming in the works.
Very good.
Oh yeah,
oh,
yeah.
very good.
Something
Oh, well,
is
we'll
coming
have to
in the
talk
works.
about
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Yes.
And I have had people hitting me on my shoulder because, to be honest, I've been an author anyway, and I was a columnist for a number of years.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. The whole 10 years is going to come out with a launch of what I've actually been doing. So yeah, I was a columnist for a newspaper printed in 30 countries.
Oh wow.
And I literally achieved that through networking. So that was amazing. So yeah, oh, you're getting all my little secrets out now. So Gerlanda, it's been a blast having you on my show.
Thank you so much for inviting me.